Disclaimer, this content is created strictly for comedic/artistic purposes. We do not condone or encourage the harassment of any individual.
Rate me on a scale of 1 to 10. I'll turn around, hold on. I'll do a little spin, a little leg spin. 6. What the heck, man?
I don't like tattoos.
Oh my god, it's always the tattoos. Tattoos are cool, man. What would I have to be like a 10 though?
No tattoos.
What is good, guys? Today, tattooed modern women are having absolute meltdowns because high-value men are brutally rejecting them. You cannot buy class with cheap ink. Lock in and hit sub for the raw truth, and let's get into it.
So I don't know if anybody else with tattoos experiences this, but there is like an immediate regret of like tattoo regret when you're getting like the stencil placed on, or even right after you get tattooed, like when you're leaving the shop or like driving home. I've gotten that a lot, and that's how I think you know that the tattoo is good. I don't know if that makes sense. That's not going to make sense to people that have never felt this way, but yeah, like I just got these tiger lilies, and it is just like a sort of thing where it's like, oh my god, I just got something so permanent on my body. Like, that's crazy.
This post-tattoo depression is the perfect proof of impulsive stupidity. Deep down, their brains know they just ruined a perfectly healthy body, having to gaslight themselves into thinking it will look good when it heals, or literally mourning their old, flawless skin, is peak coping and misery. Paying out of pocket for physical pain just to permanently scar yourself, make it make sense.
So me, Leanna, and Courtney are gonna get friendship tattoos.
I don't care. I don't care to see it either. I'm not a tattoo fan.
It's my body, I can do what I want.
I hate tattoos.
I have 2 tattoos.
Yeah, well,
Do you hate them?
I don't even notice them. I put them out of my mind. I pretend you don't have them.
Let's hear it for the wife of the year, folks. Knows exactly what her husband absolutely despises, does it anyway just to spite him, and then milks it for comedy content. Pure true love right there. I don't care what you think. I do what I want. Congrats to the poor bastard who took an L marrying a walking, talking megaphone of pure selfishness.
You know, I did this to myself. Today was treatment number 4 for my tattoo removal on my face. So today we did my nose for the most part, and up under here where I have some red there. The lower parts of my face tend to swell a little bit more, pretty significantly over the next few days. It already is starting to. My first go around, the treatment, not painful at all. It was like laying in a tanning bed for me. I have a very high pain tolerance. But I've noticed that the second time that we're going, I'm feeling it. It feels like a tingling, and it does a stinging burn. It doesn't last long, but it's enough to make you notice it's happening and that it's there.
Oh, color me shocked. When she was getting her face blasted, she was probably too busy screaming YOLO and living her truth to care. Now that she realizes she just nuked her own looks, she's bawling because mommy and daddy are disappointed. Every passion has a price tag, honey, and yours is currently measured in the smell of burning flesh, pitted scars, and thousands of bucks down the drain. Suck it up. That's just the consequences of your own stupid actions.
Prepare for me more. My paper. I said, so fine girl like me. No matter what you was I want to be from your couldn't feel so to make what Johnny Mammy send the game here. But my con Jimmy and I home for. You know, market from Sabra, but nothing. Me catch some deep matching contract. One of my paper.
What exactly are these crocodile tears gonna fix? When you dragged yourself to the parlor, you were all proud of your individuality, screaming my body, my choice. But the second you get denied at the door of a respectable family, suddenly you're playing the victim of an unjust society? Cry me a river.
What's your red flag in a girl?
Tattoos.
Really? Why?
If I see a tattoo on her, it's over.
Really? Why is that?
Because girls that get tattoos are usually more promiscuous.
Okay. And is that like a red flag for you?
Instantly.
Okay, interesting.
Because if I was to take her seriously,
yeah,
I'm not going to take a promiscuous girl seriously.
So what, like, do you define, like, why is promiscuous, I guess, like a problem? Not like a problem, but just for you personally, is it something that I'm just confused about, like, the seriousness thing.
These promiscuous girls party a lot.
Yeah.
They drink a lot of alcohol. They sleep with a lot of guys. And in turn, they'll have a lot of emotional baggage, trauma, trust issues, and they're just not going to be good mothers.
Yeah. Okay.
Another absolute legend saying the quiet part out loud. Women love to preach, I do this for myself. Well, cool, I'm swiping left for myself because I want to. Eagle talons for nails, fake lashes that can sweep the damn floor, plus wall-to-wall tattoos. Bring that home, and it's basically Halloween every single day.
Okay, so yesterday was Easter. I wore this pretty flowy yellow dress. I had my arms out, so my tattoos were showing. And if you know anything about me, I really regret all of my tattoos. So seeing comments like this, and then I had a couple other ones of people just saying that the tattoos were throwing everything off, like literally proves my point about why I wanted to get all of my tattoos removed in the first place, but it literally costs so much money that I don't know that I'll ever get there.
The ultimate 20-something investment strategy, blasting tattoos and exes' names, just so you can bite the bullet at 30 and drop $2,600 trying to buy back your original skin. A masterclass in economics, folks. A few impulsive scribbles for the aesthetic, and now you're strapped with a massive financial burden.
TJ Maxx a few weeks ago, and they denied my application.
You get blasted on your face and neck, right where everyone's forced to look at it, then hand in a resume and act shocked when you get ghosted. Bro, companies are hiring professionals, not walking scratch pads. You knocked over your own damn plate and now you want to cry discrimination? Does that not sound completely ridiculous to you?
Women.
I regret my tattoo, but not this one, because this is actually not a real tattoo. And the reason why I trick the whole internet is that I have a message to young people and all of the people who wants to get covered in tattoos. I want everyone to know that I regret my tattoos and you might regret yours when you get older. And as a person fully covered in tattoos, I feel like this is my responsibility to speak up, share my experience.
Here we go, another queen of the Ink It Up movement. When the needle hit her forehead, she probably thought she was starting a global trend. Now she looks in the mirror every morning and sees regret stamped right in the middle of her moneymaker. Have fun enjoying that masterpiece for the rest of your life, sweetie. Should guys dodge this type? Drop your honest thoughts below.
I know nobody else gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. Y'all bitches that go get these big ass tattoo pieces on y'all bodies, I'm so sorry. That shit is not eating the way that y'all think it is. That shit looks trashy. And when I say pieces, let me be very specific. I'm not talking about tattoos, and yeah, I think dainty tattoos add sex appeal. But bitches are going to get chest pieces, full-blown sleeves, sleeves on leg sleeves. That is not a look for us. Like, that does not scream dainty. That does not scream soft. It screams stripper. It screams pit bull. It screams man. Like,
these chicks keep gassing each other up, thinking that covering their limbs in black ink makes them edgy and unique. Hate to burst your bubble, but men just see a vandalized brick wall. Nothing classy or feminine about it at all. Keep hugging that individuality while you stay single and proud, ladies.
What would you do if your partner said they didn't want you getting any more tattoos? For context, my boyfriend and I have been together for about 5 months, and I very clearly have quite a few tattoos. And we were having a conversation yesterday. I sent him a picture of this girl that had 2 arm sleeves, and I said that I thought it looked really good. And his response was, if you think this looks good, then we need to reconsider what we're doing here. He then went on to say it gets to a point where it's too many. And he has voiced this opinion before in the past, saying, I think, too many tattoos is unattractive.
My body, my choice, and if you're mad, you're toxic. Wow, what a stellar argument to completely nuke a relationship. Forcing your man to swallow his pride, blindly accept a body covered in crap he absolutely despises, and then manipulating it into unconditional love? Yeah, miss me with that BS.
So I came to Bali to get a tattoo, right? And I've been dreaming to get this tattoo because I just don't get tattoos all the time. I get one like every few months, and it's supposed to say angel in it too. And now it just says Energy angel.
Pure brilliance, dragging yourself to get a permanent mark on your body, but you can't even be bothered to open your damn eyes and read the stencil. Just another glaring lesson for those who blindly jump on impulsive trends. The price of this tattoo madness is becoming a free comedy show on social media, along with a scar of sheer stupidity that you'll carry straight to the grave.
Ladies, PSA, if you have no tattoos, don't get any. Bare skin is so feminine and classy. Like, it's so classy on a woman. If you don't have no tattoos, don't get any tattoos. What did Kim Kardashian say? Why I bet a bumper sticker on a Bentley? Because literally, bitch, I was just young, them doing stuff. Even though I don't regret my tattoos. I actually like them. I like my aesthetic. Like, it's cute. It fit me. But, like, if you don't have any, don't get any. It's really not worth it. It's really... Like, I'm going to be looking at this when I'm old and be like, why did I do that? But it's not even just because of that. Like, I just like the aesthetic and look of no tattoos on women. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's unbeatable to me.
Looks like this chick actually has her head screwed on straight. Real class comes from elegance, sophistication, and being natural. Try throwing on a high-end evening gown when you got a whole-ass dragon sleeve poking out. Tell me that doesn't look completely trashy. Stop trying to force classy and cheap clutter into the same sentence.
Yesterday, one of the sweet baby angel women of TikTok blew my mind. Here's how. I made a video talking about how a lot of men in my comments don't like the fact that I have tattoos and piercing. And she reminded me that the only reason they don't like that I have tattoos and piercings is because it's a visible reminder that I'm over 18.
Another masterclass in mental gymnastics from the ladies. It is hilarious how you turn yourself into a walking doodle pad, tank your market value to traditional men, and then proudly chest bump calling it a trash man repellent. You chicks can gaslight each other on socials all day about how ink makes you empowered, but in the real world, men just see a massive walking red flag and swipe left.
I got your initial right here tattooed.
I honestly, if I were to get a girlfriend, I wouldn't want my girlfriend to have no tattoos, deadass. Oh, I can't.
Well, in that case, not me.
I can't yell.
Let us hand over the Oscar for the biggest tragicomedy of the year. Tattooing a dude's name before you even got the marriage license is already historically brain dead, but doing it when the guy actively despises tattoos? That is next level. This desperate, impulsive territory marking isn't romantic like the movies, honey. It just screams, I am a clingy psycho who is completely unhinged.
Fuck it, yeah I can. Basically, I had a really cute idea. I was gonna get, you're gonna die. I was going to get Mushu's paw print on my palm. And I was like, oh my God, that is the cutest thing ever in the entire world. And Simon said no. And if you can guess why, great for you.
No matter how much the comments troll him, Simon is literally the only rational dude in that room. Coming from a grown man who wants to protect his partner's image, forbidding her from blasting her palm is him saving her from a lifetime of absolute regret.
Do not get those tattoos. I'm telling you right now, do not get those tattoos. So many of you are gonna regret it, just like I do. I regret almost every single tattoo that I have, not because I think they're ugly, but it's just not me anymore. And like this one, I can't stand it. I'm gonna remove this. I'm seriously gonna remove this. It's so annoying. Like, create, or this one. At least they're small, thank God. This one is cute because it's...
Amidst the absolute garbage dump of TikTok pushing tattoo culture, finally, a sane voice from a normal human being. Young girls get brainwashed by these woke trends, rushing to stamp meaningless symbols on themselves without factoring in real-world judgment or how they are slamming the door on their own careers. Untouched skin is priceless. Build your value with actual brains and character. Instead of trying to buy a personality with a few drops of cheap ink, you have a brain, do us a favor and use it before you use the needle.
Check me out, check me out. Boom, bam, bam, bop, bada bop, boom. Pow.
Just look at how these chicks foam at the mouth and completely lose their minds attacking the concept of a high-value man. It proves exactly how much this truth hurts. Men with actual money, status, and elite mindsets have their pick of elegant, classy, untouched women. Why the hell would they downgrade and wife up a risky, unstable ink pad to be the mother of their elite kids?
What would you say is your biggest red flag in a girl?
A neck tattoo, you know what I mean? Especially with a butterfly and a skull, that's a bit of a red flag right there. This is a red flag. This is all a red flag.
Wow.
I don't know you, so I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't judge someone from what they look like personally, but...
Thanks, guys. Yeah. I love London.
Hell yeah, round of applause for this unapologetic truth bomb. Modern chicks live in this social media echo chamber where simps hype them up 24/7. So the second they step into the real world and a man hits them with cold, hard facts, they throw a tantrum and call men shallow for judging off looks. Newsflash. Men are visual creatures. What hits our eyes first, like a body covered in cheap graffiti, is the most brutally honest resume of your impulsive, unstable lifestyle. Yeah, okay, queen of self-esteem, you disagree. But who the hell here actually cares? You act like your little disapproval is some sacred constitutional law that is going to force high-value men to instantly drop their strict standards for a wife. Women have the right to choose, so do men have the right to reject? Drop your unfiltered takes below.
Okay, also, I just want to talk about this, like, one thing that there's one thing my husband didn't let me do in our marriage. This is going to sound so bad. People are probably going to be like, I hate your husband. But listen, my husband never really told me no. We've been married for over 11 years, and I have a tattoo here, I have a tattoo here, and I have a tattoo here. This one I want to get removed. This one I want to get removed. This one is fine. It's like small, it's fine, but it's like a line, so I don't mind it. I would get it removed though, just because it's like, it just doesn't look very good. You know what I mean? So anyway, my husband at 22, I was like, I really want this big ass cow tattoo on my leg.
The classic, my body, my choice anthem rings out. They nuke their own looks. But the second the boyfriend dumps them, they are screaming, you are a toxic pig. You only care about looks. We want to love a real woman. Who the hell wants to romance a walking comic book covered in scribbles? This chick should be on her knees, thanking her husband for stopping her from getting more ink.
Come here. We need to talk. I've never in my life, as a heavily tattooed woman, I've never experienced tattoo shock, and it is happening to me in real fucking time. I've wanted these tattoos for like over 2 years, and I was like, let's get it, let's do it. And immediately after receiving them, they're perfect, they're amazing. I was really happy with them, but I Googled laser tattoo removal. Anyone else experience this, or am I just having an identity crisis? Like, girl, the damage was already done before we got our knuckles tattooed. It was already done. We already had job stoppers. But why am I freaking out like this? It's like sent me into a depression spiral.
You made your bed, now lie in it. Stop your whining. You can't willingly throw cash out the window, blast yourself in black ink, turn yourself into a human coloring book, and then wake up crying because you can't pull off the delicate, elegant princess look in a sundress anymore.
What's the most attractive trait that a girl can have?
눈웃음, 스마일, 웃음.
And what is the least attractive?
너무 키 큰 여자.
Okay, not tall girls. What is your biggest ick in a girl? 완전 싫어요. 여자 이런 거 있으면 너무 싫어요.
아, 타투이스트.
타투이스트?
타투.
안녕히 계세요. Why you don't like tattoos?
보수적이어서.
What about one tattoo?
No.
Here is a bucket of ice water straight to the face for these delusional Western chicks who think they can drag their tattooed bodies to Korea and have appas drop to their knees, worshiping their edgy vibe. In Asian cultures that actually value elegance, standards, and natural beauty, ink on a woman screams cheap rebellion and zero home training. Men everywhere have their own aesthetic standards and values. Deal with it.
Hey guys, I got a tattoo today and everyone in my life hates it. Including my boyfriend. He's about to break up with me for it, so.
A million likes for this dude's masculine, no-nonsense energy. Once a man draws a crystal clear boundary and the girlfriend just blatantly stomps all over it just to stroke her own impulsive ego, him packing his bags is the ultimate proof of sky-high self-respect that you do not mess with.
Whoever it was that told all you beautiful young ladies out there that it looked good to cover your body in tattoos, they lied to you. It looks like shit.
We desperately need more hardcore voices smashing this fake edgy art facade. The fake online world keeps brainwashing this generation that being covered in ink is the new normal and the peak of breaking free. But beneath that toxic garbage, the real world still runs on strict judgment and standards. Employers instantly pass, business partners keep their distance, and respectable families slam the door in your face.
I regret every single one of my tattoos, all of them. When I got them, I was like, oh, this isn't something that I'm ever gonna want off me. This is like a chapter in my life. This is something that I went through. It's a memory, so it's just gonna be there. Tattoos are something that will make you feel uncomfortable and awkward as hell in situations that you never thought you were gonna give a shit about, but really you do, because appearance does help people gauge what kind of person you are, what kind of lifestyle you live, and if they wanna be associated with you or not. It can hinder you in job situations. It can hinder you in business dealings. It can hinder you in your child having friends with other people and their families because they're going to look at you and think.
A massive reality slap that completely shatters the delusional no regrets mantra of these edgy, overgrown teenagers. When they are young, they impulsively blow cash to look badass, just to end up sitting there when the wrinkles hit, eating bitter regret and desperately begging for their elegant original skin back. Netizens hit the nail on the head. Ink is buried in your flesh. It ain't a dry erase marker you can just scrub off, ladies.
The brain cells.
So I was thinking... so scared.
Dude, like, what's gonna happen when you're old and you have tattoos everywhere?
Here.
Dude, why? Shut up! She's concerned. You know how expensive it's gonna be when you have to remove all these because they're ugly and hideous? Let me see how ugly. What'd you even get?
It's not even ugly.
Okay,
It's
is that
so
another
cute.
butterfly? What do these even mean?
Okay, this is the matching one. This is the one. This is mom's handwriting.
Just look at the brother's face. You can literally see every ounce of absolute disappointment radiating toward his sister. What is the verdict, guys? Was this dude's reaction A, 100% justified? B, out of pocket?
High-value men don't date women with tattoos, or nose rings for that matter. Hi, this is Bradley Bliss, top dating coach in America. I advise all my male clients to stay away with women with tattoos.
Here is the brutal, blood and tears truth straight from the psychological trenches, boys. Smart, experienced men know the harsh reality. Women who rush to cover themselves in ink are usually using physical pain as a weak-ass defense mechanism to cover up a completely shattered, ruined soul inside. Stepping into a relationship with these chicks is literally bringing a ticking time bomb right into your own house. Oh wow, finally an ink victim who actually admits the painfully obvious truth that her 18-year-old brain was immature, stupid, and completely reckless. So many 18-year-old kids swagger into tattoo shops with this delusional God complex thinking they own the world. This wake-up call is way too late, but it is the perfect, expensive, and completely justified punishment for those who use their priceless bodies as a lab rat for some half-baked rebellion.
I'm gonna hold your tattoos while I say this. No,
tattooed or heavily tattooed men do not like tattooed women. It is a known thing. I see it all the time on social media. It's upsetting, it's hypocritical, it's almost a bit sexist, but whatever, won't get into that. They just don't be liking us. I do have a theory behind it. I don't really want to get into it because I feel like people might get a bit butthurt about it, but if anyone's interested in hearing it, let me know. Anytime I see a very heavily tattooed man, or they don't even have to be heavily tattooed, just like a decent amount of their body tattooed, they are never with women that have tattoos. They're always with women that have either little to no tattoos.
Surprise, surprise, you delusional chicks. You naively think getting blasted with ink puts you on the same wavelength as some badass tattooed dude, but reality just gave you a massive backhand. Heavily tattooed men actually prefer women with clean skin. Why the hell is that? Because they already know exactly how messy and unstable that underground world is.
ใครบอกว่าลบรอยสักไม่เจ็บนะครับฟังจากเสียงแล้วน่าจะรู้นะครับว่าเจ็บปวดแค่ไหนนะครับ
Oh, women, just listen to the beautiful, tragic symphony of absolute regret. When she was dropping cash to get inked, she gritted her teeth just to act like some edgy badass. But the second she is strapped to the laser table getting it zapped off, she is bawling and wailing like a toddler who just got her lollipop snatched.
Yo, can I get a venti brown sugar oat milk shake and espresso, sub almond, because oat's been hitting weird?
Would you like a tampon with that, you little bitch?
Look, sweetheart, guys are sprinting for the hills because you look like a walking minefield of glowing red flags. Not because any decent man is actually intimidated by your stupid little tattoo needles. Telling yourself he did not pick me because he is intimidated is just premium copium for a fragile ego completely shattered by rejection. Keep hugging that ink and hyping up your imaginary market value in your little echo chambers, ladies.
Women who have tattoos tend to focus more on short-term mating strategies. What that means is they're not thinking about a lifelong partner, they're thinking about how to have a one-night stand. Now, the more tattoos she has, the more she likely thinks about one-night stands. Whether consciously or unconsciously, her body counts for sure over 30 to 40 at the minimum by the age of 20. Now, the problem you have when a girl thinks about short-term mating strategies is one, disease. So you have things like HIV, herpes, HPV, right? And that goes up statistically, especially when people go in college, right? Women in college tend to increase their body count by thousands of percentile.
Science just dropped the mic, so how the hell are you going to argue your way out of this one? You chicks love chanting that tire do not judge a book by its cover garbage, but the psychological data just exposed the brutal truth. Tattoos are directly correlated with short-term flings and zero commitment. In the eyes of any rational man, that ink is blasting a massive radar signal that screams, I am for the streets, not I am safe wife material.
The biggest red flag is if a woman has a butterfly tattoo. The butterfly tattoo is the mark of the beast. You know how the Bible mentions the mark of the beast? That is the butterfly tattoo. Anytime I have ever met a woman with a butterfly tattoo, she has the demon of lust inside of her. Most of these girls are free-spirited, and by free-spirited, I mean they're hovering within a 5-mile radius and landing on the nearest cock. That's what I mean by free-spirited and when a girl tells you she's free-spirited. And if you guys don't believe me, that butterfly tattoos, skull tattoos, feathers, dream catchers are a red flag, next time you guys are on Pornhub touching your little inky winky, tell me what tattoos most of these porn stars have, or girls that have an OnlyFans. And then prove to me that I'm wrong. Because I will guarantee you, back in my formative years when I was on the hub, nearly every single porn star or a woman in the adult film had some type of butterfly tattoo, had some type of dream catcher tattoo, had some type of demonic tattoo, skulls, snakes, upside down crosses. What does that tell you guys? You guys got to start noticing patterns. And I'm not saying it's all women. Some women can have a butterfly tattoo and not be in HOE and not be a thought.
When even battle-hardened dating experts are violently ringing the red alarm on tattoos, you boys already know how lethal this stuff is. Behind every body ruined by cheap ink is usually an absolute goldmine of mental instability, brain-dead decision-making, and absolutely garbage emotional regulation. And there you have it, guys. The absolute brutal truth. Do not let this toxic culture gaslight you or shame you into lowering your standards just to protect some chick's fragile ego. Untouched, natural beauty is the standard, and you have every right to demand a traditional woman. Let these walking scratch pads stay mad and cope in the comments section. Smash that like button, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next dose of reality, and drop your unfiltered thoughts below. Catch you in the next one. Stay grounded and hold your line, gentlemen.